Hi, it's Joe from PrepAgent with Luna again. How's it going, Luna?
Good. How are you doing, Joe?
Good, thank you. So we talked about your listing last week, of which everybody could see in the comments below. You could see the link to the listing. And today we talked about you joining a team because you're going to Philadelphia, a new market, a much bigger market, and you're still relatively new in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you want to join a team?
Well, I'm on my own right now because I feel like I'm at a college town. I just graduated from here. I have friends, so I have connection. But whereas if I'm moving to Philly, I don't know the area. I have very to little experience with real estate. I'm very young. So I wanted to feel safe and I want to have someone I can fall back on. And that's why I'm thinking about joining a team right now.
So what's your first step toward doing it?
I am. I have a couple teams on my mind where I Google searched, and then they have good lighting, good reviews.
Yeah.
And so I call the office. I set up appointment, which I'm going to Philly at the end of this week. I'm going to interview the person who is in charge of it.
So you pretty much just looked up teams and just straight up cold called them like you would a listing.
Sort of. I do better on the phone because I feel like when people start talking to me, they kind of know who I am. Whereas if I just send them an email, they wouldn't know me as much if I would actually talk to them on the phone.
Right, but my point is these were people from like a directory. They weren't people you had personal contacts with.
Right.
Yeah, and then you said you came across somebody who's Chinese, who spoke Chinese with you?
Well, here's what I also did. I called the office of Keller Williams, and they provide like the recruiting person. So she provided me with two agents, like Chinese agents. So I directly call the Chinese person because I speak Chinese. I feel closer to him, and he's really helpful. He actually told me he thinks that it's better for me to go, being as an individual in the office just for a month or two, and then don't sign a office or anything, just minimize your cost. So that way you get to know the team and then you decide which team you want to be on. So that way you don't get stuck in a contract.
I think you'd be perfect. I think a lot of people want you on their team because, you have that sales aggressive, like we called it last week. What we say? What was the word we
Pushy
used
but
last?
not pushy.
What was it?
Pushy but not pushy.
No, we used the word, I forgot the word. I'll think of it last time. I'm sure it's in the other video. Politely persistent.
Right.
That was the word, politely persistent. So you'd be a good asset to them because you want to learn, you want to get going, and you need to convey that. The thing with a
Hmm.
lot of teams, they don't want leeches. There's a lot of people have teams, and they get people who just can't do it on their own. So then they get people on their team. Excuse me, a little noise right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Sorry, we're in a busy office. We're all working, right?
that's okay.
Yeah. So the thing when you join a team, you got to convey that you're not a leech, and you're not. You're totally a go-getter, and you'll do well. In fact, I'd
Hmm.
almost be scared if I'm on a team bringing you on because you would pretty much rock out and do well on your own, before you know
Well, I
it.
hope so. I hope so. Like I when I talked to the team person, I told him straight up. I said, "Well, I speak Chinese, and there are two Chinese agents at Keller Williams right now, and both of them are the top agents. So you can see the demand of Chinese buyers right now in the market. And
Yes.
along with that, I also do listing or showing with Americans as well. So and then like I just know the importance of like social media, and then there are just like so many things I feel like people they're not aware of maybe like right now, but like I have so many things, little things I feel like I can bring it to the team.
And that's the different mindset, excuse me, that you have when you join a team. You're actually interviewing for a job right now,
Hmm.
right? Whereas when you're an agent, going for work for Keller Williams, they take anybody who passed their test. Now you
Yeah.
actually got to bring something to the table, which sounds like you get. Okay, so the differences with you joining a team is you are going to be interviewing for a job, like we just said. Whereas you sign up for Keller Williams, you pass your test, they're excited to have you there. That's not just Keller Williams, that's true for any office. Because as you know, brokerages function by having a lot of agents work for them.
Right.
So now you're working for the team. You're going to be working for the team soon. You want to line up what you're bringing to the table. So this is good for people to hear. There's a lot of people want to work for teams because they're scared to do on their own. They want some guidance. They want leads provided to them. But what I guess what I'm saying is that doesn't come for nothing. People are not going to bring you on, show you guidance, provide you leads, help you work with their clients just because you have a pulse. And you're bringing to
Right.
the table social media. One of the other things you're bringing to the table, which you're building as we speak right now with your YouTube channel, link below,
Hmm.
everybody, is you're going to have your own audience.
Right.
So you're actually bringing a demographic to them, bringing something different. And everybody's got to remember that. When they join a team, it's like, what am I offering? What am I bringing here? Because if it's a good team, they'll be able to do amazing things for you. But, it's a reciprocal relationship.
Yeah, that's very true. I just feel like I want to be on a team. I want to learn as much as I can at the moment. Like I just want to dive in. I want to have any possible help that I can get. And I might not make as much money if I would be on my own, but I'm
Or you
willing
may
to.
make more. The
That's true, but
problem
I
is
don't
now you
know
have a
how much it's gonna
boss.
take.
I mean, that's the thing that bothers people. You'll have a boss.
Right.
Okay? And whereas you're on your own, you have a sad face now. Um, because because a lot of people do this is they want to be independent. That's the other thing about working on a team people forget
Mm,
is people get into this because they don't want their boss anymore. They want to be independent. And now here you are, you're working for somebody without a salary. So many people see it as the worst of both worlds
yeah,
because you're commission based, but the difference is the leads are more provided to you.
true. It also depends
Theoretically.
on the team.
What's
It also
that?
depends. It also depends on the team because
Yeah.
not every team provides you with leads. Sometimes if they're not as productive as they say, because it happens, and then they don't give you any leads, you have to get leads by on your own.
And that's true because a lot of teams have a lot of leads, and they'll say they have a lot of leads, but business goes different ways. They may have a bad few months and not get any. They may have the intention of giving you leads. It's not their intention to say, we're going to go back on what we said, but sometimes stuff happens. If they run
Right.
out of leads and you said you'd give me leads, what are they supposed to do? If they don't have
Yeah.
them, they don't have them. So
Yeah.
so it always makes it nice if you could step up and do it. Most of the teams I've seen usually start with a really powerful listing broker, a guy who gets a lot of listings, and then the
Hmm.
people on the team work the open houses and they filter it all through the same group and the
Hmm.
same buyers, and everybody kind of works together. But the main guy just focuses on the listings. And he uses those
Okay.
listings to get leads, and then the people under him work with the buyers,
Right.
which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You give then when you get somebody who wants to list, you hand it off to the head guy, and you get a percentage of that. But he
Hmm.
works with the listing, and you keep just working with buyers. You become really good at that, really good at one thing. And then some of them will even have somebody else who does the paperwork, but that'll typically be a salary person.
Okay.
But most of the structures I've seen is the main grand poobah deals with
Hmm.
all the listings, and then he
Yeah.
has the, if you want to call them, minions.
Right. And I also expressed my concern because I still want to do cold calling. Like I want to be able to get leads as well. So most of the team that I'm talking to, the
Right there,
guys.
by the way, you're extremely unique. You know how many people I hear who say, I want to do cold calling?
See, I don't think that's cold calling because my first cold call was very warm. It wasn't cold at all.
I
Like she
know.
was nice. I just find that very, like I'm a really active, like outgoing person sometimes. And
Yes.
I actually like criticism. Like if I'm calling someone and that person is like, he might be not in a good mood, like I actually don't mind. I'm just
Remember,
like,
this is on YouTube, so there's going to be a lot of comments now. And you just said, I
okay,
like criticism. Here we go.
what makes me strong? It's
They,
okay.
it's not only okay, it's great. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, if you come to somebody and say, I know social media, I'm starting this YouTube channel to bring more viewers, I like cold calling, and they're going to love you. Because they may have you cold call, and what they do with those leads you get, you could discuss with them. Maybe if it's a listing, they'll take it on, you'll do it with them and share in the commission. Maybe you'll
Right.
just do the listing your own, you'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, if you love
That-
cold calling, maybe they'll just have you sit there and cold call all the time.
Yeah. Well, I think, I don't know. I'm excited to move to Philly because it's a big city, lots of opportunities. I'm just like feeling very excited.
You should be. And so, what's the next step then? So, you're going to call a bunch more teams?
I think I'm gonna go visit the team that I have appointment with later on this week, and then I'll see how I feel about them. I'm not sure if I'm gonna sign a contract anytime soon, but I think I will be working at the Center City office in Keller Williams, and yeah, and then find an apartment, and then just start working, and then get to know the area.
Sounds good. All right, so we'll follow up with it next week. Where are you going to be next week? Will you be in Philly next week?
I'll be back Monday. I'll be back actually Sunday. So.
Sweet. All right, sounds good. All right, well, this is Joe from PrepAgent, and leave the comments below what you guys think, and we're going to follow up with Luna a little more about her progress and how she's doing.
All right. I'll talk to you next time, Joe.